Hey guys, so it's another planting day and I'm trying to get all my perennials in, and very quickly I'll get my annuals in as well. It's warmed up pretty quickly, but in the forecast in like 7 days it's going to drop down to 41 at night, so I don't know. Maybe I don't need to worry too much. I'm kind of newer, so I always thought you couldn't plant your annuals within the 50-degree range consistently, and with it dipping that low, I don't know, I'm still a little nervous to plant. So let me know what you guys think down below. I'll decide what to do, but for today we're going to focus on planting some more perennials. I just have a few more and then I'm going to be done buying any for now. It's just nice to get those perennials in early spring, and then if I think I want anything else, I'll plant a few more in the fall, but I'm probably not going to do any this summer. So let me show you what I have. Piper's in the creek and it's looking very muddy today. The city regulates the creek, so when they let water down, it brings a lot of sediment with it, so sometimes our creek looks like this, but not very often. But I kind of don't like when it looks like this, but it's usually in the afternoon and then they clear it up. Oh, Piper. And then it clears up later in the evening. But you are getting so muddy, you guys. We've had a lot of things in our creek and I'm gonna show you all the things right now. I'll put some video clips in, but we have 2 muskrats living in here. I thought there was just one, but I saw 2 of them again the other day, and they're actually really cute. If we didn't have these large rocks right here, I'd be worried about them like displacing the rocks and causing problems, but these rocks are so big, I think it's fine. We have such big boulders and they're actually pretty cute, so hopefully they're not going to cause a problem. But Piper loves to dig in here. In fact, she dug a big hole in here the other day, and she's not a huge digger, and oh, you can see the hole. Her face was just completely covered in mud. Oh my goodness, such a little stinker, but she loves to play in here. And then I'm going to show you another video clip of, we have this duck that's come by. I haven't seen her in about a week or so, but for a couple weeks, and I was going to show this in a previous video, but I forgot. But she had 15 ducklings with her, and they are so adorable, you guys. So cute. I've never seen a duck with that many ducklings, and it was just so fun to see. And they were coming by quite consistently, but I haven't seen them for a little bit. I'll obviously insert some video so you guys can see that too, but so fun. I just love having this creek. It's one of our favorite things on our property here. We're trying to make it look a little nicer and we're slowly getting there. Anyway, the creek looks kind of gross today, but let me show you what plants I have. I'm going to plant some things over by the creek. I saw this plant that I've never seen before, and let's get closer to it. So over by the waterfall, it gets a little loud. I want to start doing a few things here, and so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant these here. I have never seen this plant before, and I was at the garden center and I was like, what is this? It's so pretty. So let's get the tag so you can see. But look how pretty these blooms change color from like pink to purple to red to orange. Oh, it's so pretty. It's obviously going to need deadheading, and what it leaves behind is not super pretty, but it's okay. I can come back. It almost looks like salvia, but this is what it is. It's the Iristilbe magenta wallflower. So I haven't heard of wallflower. Well, I think I have, but I just didn't really know what it was. So this gets 16 inches wide, 22 inches tall. And I have some threadleaf coreopsis right here that blooms yellow. Different kind of texture, and these leaves are cool toned, so I thought that would be really pretty. So I'm going to plant them here by the waterfall. So I want to tuck them a little close to the coreopsis. I might dig some out actually, because when you're standing over here, I want them to be more here and not in front of the creek, blocking it. It'll hide some of that wall there. And then another thing I'm going to plant is over here. This has no irrigation to it yet, so we'll see how this does. I think these are pretty drought tolerant, but I was going to do some lamb's ear, and I thought it would be really pretty. This is just a regular silver carpet lamb's ear. I do like Helen Von Stein's because it's not as messy. Piper, come here. Come. I don't want her going in their yard. Oh, and don't get that ducky. See the ducky? It's been hanging out here all day. Piper, come here. Come on. Stay in our yard. There's chickens over there too, huh? Okay, anyway. So there's no irrigation here, and I'll just keep watering it and see how it does. But these kind of go crazy. I'm gonna see how it does without any watering too, because I think it might totally be fine. It's gonna be a test. So I'm gonna plant one here, and then you can see that, this is kind of an eyesore with the wall here. There's a pipe that runs under here, and so that's why it's raised. It gives us this gorgeous waterfall, but I definitely need to make this area really pretty. So I'm gonna plant that there and hopefully have it spill over a little bit. I'm gonna look into other options, but I thought it would be kind of a quick option right now. And then I have a few more of those lambs here, and I'm thinking I might just put one in here too to fill in this spot, because I definitely want something to fill this in. It's kind of boring here, and I think that would be really pretty with these colors that I have going on. So I'll plant one here as well. And then over here by the pine tree, which is kind of struggling, I'm going to add some of that Dr. Jim's mixture to this plant, because my ones in front that I did are doing really, really well, and I'll show you the update on those some other time. But I want to do it to this tree back here. Anyway, this pine right here is really pretty by the creek, and these flowers right here are the perfect thing, I think, to put here next to the creek. And these are bachelor's buttons. So this is the amethyst in snow bachelor buttons. Look at these. How pretty are those? They're very mountainy, so I think they'll be perfect in this spot. And they are drought tolerant, which is good because this doesn't get a ton of water right here. They really spread out though. I know in some areas, I think these are probably invasive. Here in Utah, if they're selling them, they probably aren't, but they do spread 1 to 2 feet. So I'm gonna plant one like here, and then probably one down here as well, because they're gonna spread out. And I don't care if they fill up this whole area. I think that would be so pretty to have them just fill this in, and hopefully they won't be invasive. I don't think they will be. So that's where I'm gonna plant those. I think that will be so pretty right here next to the creek. And then one more thing I'm gonna plant over here. Let me show you where we're looking at back here so you guys can see. So from this waterfall here that's looking kind of gross, we have this retaining wall up here for our upper level. It's actually, so we have like 3 levels. We have that level, this level, and then this level. This level we have because the creek does overflow once in a while, and so it just kind of goes on the grass and then goes down. It only happens, it's happened the last couple years, just for like a couple hours, and then it goes down. But this is the retaining wall for this upper area. So we have a lot of rocks and a lot of things going on, but we definitely need some kind of silvery things. So I think a lamb's ear up in this corner right here is going to be pretty, kind of hanging down over here by the pine. And so I'm going to put that there in that spot. I think that will be really pretty. So we'll have one there, and then we'll have the other one here on this corner here. And then I have one more thing over by the other side of the creek. Let me show you. So going back to where we were when Piper was playing in the water, I planted in here the other day, and everything's doing really, really good. But right here I have this troublesome spot. So this is really hot and dry. It doesn't get watered well. It's on a hill, and I thought that this plant here would do really, really good. And this is the showy milkweed, and it has white blooms with a little bit of purple underneath. And these do get pretty big, so 2 to 4 feet in height and 1 to 3 feet width. I really wanted milkweed because they attract monarch butterflies, and so I'm just gonna plant one of these. Oh dear, I'm seeing a plant that I planted that's looking sad. I need to water my lady's mantle right there. Anyway, sorry, that distracted me. This I'm gonna plant here in this spot. This will be perfect. This is a big spot that I want to fill, and we'll see how it does. I do have some asters here that get really big too, and so I think it'll be pretty next to it. So I'll probably scoot it over just a little bit and plant it right there, and that should be plenty of room there. That's at least, let's see, 4 feet all around, so that'll be great. Okay, let's get planting now. I got this area done. The dirt right here is so hard. It's like clay. Ugh, I had to get that out. I don't know what that's called, but it's really helpful in breaking up the clay dirt. And I just kind of tried to find spots where there weren't large tree roots for these bachelor buttons. So that one's a little higher. That's okay. I ended up just doing them kind of cascading down these, and hopefully that's not too close to my tree peony. Eventually I might need to move the bachelor buttons. I tried to kind of tilt them toward the rocks, but we'll see how they grow. But that's going to take a while, that tree peony, to get large. And I do want it to kind of fall over here, so eventually it will kind of land on that. But there were too many tree roots to plant it right there where I really wanted it. But now I'm kind of thinking, I want to try again. I don't know. Anyway, I'm done for today. We'll see. Maybe I can get my husband to help me dig a hole there, but it's good for now. I have that there now, the lamb's ear, and I think that'll be a bright pop for right here. And then these turned out so pretty. I love them so much, the wallflower. I didn't have any flowers in this area, and I think it's just going to be perfect. And I'll try to plant something tall to cover this up, but I mean, look how pretty that is. I love that. And then I put the lamb's ear here. Yep, right where Piper is. And I think that will add a nice bright pop right here too. So I tried to make it be a little further away from the sprinkler because these really travel. So we'll have a while before we have to deal with that, and maybe put a riser in there, but it looks really good. Oh, I wanted to show you that I transplanted this coreopsis right here. It transplants so easily, so I just plopped it in there and watered it, and it'll be fine. If it's not, it's okay. It's not a big loss. Hey, the milkweed is in right here, and I watered this hillside this morning just because I have all new plants in here, so I'm trying to keep it pretty wet. And so the soil wasn't too bad, and so I still need to water that, and it's looking a little droopy right now, but it'll be okay after I water it. So that looks really good. It'll be fun to have that little bit of white at the top of that. Okay, I do have one more plant that I'm going to plant that I forgot about. I have this sedum right here, and I don't really love it. I don't know. I'll transplant it somewhere. I'm not sure where. I'll find a spot for it, but I do want to put this in this spot right here. This is so pretty. Look at these variegated leaves. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love this so much. This is the Emerald Gaiety Euonymus. And these are really cool plants, especially for forest areas. I kind of wish I would have put these in little spots instead of that vinca. But anyway, I'm going to put one here. It'll fill in this spot. They can get tall, and they can also kind of climb trees. And I think that would be so pretty to have it even just climb this tree a little bit. And hopefully you guys can see that. It's kind of sunny, but wouldn't that be so pretty? Climbing up that tree and just bringing that pop of green. So I'm going to plant it exactly where that sedum is, and then I'll find a new spot for that sedum. And that is the last thing. So glad that's behind me. It's always quite a bit of work planting everything, but it's always worth it in the end. And I think that's going to be a really pretty spot for that. This is kind of a troublesome spot, so we'll see how it does. And now it's time for me to go inside and make dinner. I'm hungry, and I'm sure I have a lot of kids that are hungry inside too. So thanks for watching me polish my garden, and I hope you have a chance to polish your garden too. Piper, should we go inside? Should we go inside and make dinner? Yeah, let's go inside. Come on, let's go.